Welcome to the Wellness and Wahala podcast. This is a podcast for wellness and Wahala warriors who are a winner, world changer, wise, and winsome. They are dedicated to tackling Wahala, which means issues and problems in Nigerian pidgin for the good of humanity. Our tribe of subject matter experts in our village are a voice to the voiceless. Like you know, the African proverb, it says it takes a village. So we have a tribe of supporters that we will be interviewing on our show. Oya, join me, the former diplomat and public health advisor, Dr. Tomi Ademokun, better known as Omo Oba, as I give you the best public health and wellness and Wahala gist with wonderful people and guests, my VIPs, using their compassion to take action to put us on a pathway to a Wahala-free life. Bless up.
In progress.
Good evening, my people.
How you day?
Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, this is NIDOA Radio, coming to you live from Savannah, Georgia.
And Governor's Gist.
Exactly.
Wellness Wahala.
Yep, mention it all. We are ready. We are ready to rock and roll. Tonight I'm here with my deputy, or will I say the newly elected Vice President of NIDOA South Savannah, Dr. Tomi Ademokun. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations to you, our honorable president.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm very happy to serve, and I will continue to serve.
We have big shoes to fill.
More than big shoes. Well, the interesting thing there is that tonight we are here to actually discuss what they call the moments with Professor Joseph Igisieme, our past president.
Yes.
He has been a role model, somebody that I don't know if we can ever fill up his shoes, but I guess we will continue the roadmap which he has laid out for us.
Yes.
And keep walking it one day at a time.
Yes, so he, Prof. JUI, left a big legacy. He had a great vision. We interviewed him before on NIDOA Radio and on our podcast to look at, his vision set forth. And I think that we've achieved a lot in less than 1 year of the launch. Was October last year where we officially launched. I know it was registered before that a few months earlier, but I am just so excited to really talk about moments with him and honor him and give him his big salutes. We have big shoes to fill, and I look forward to greater moments to fulfill his legacy as he has passed the baton to me and you.
Indeed, he did pass a huge baton. I don't know if we can actually carry that, but nonetheless,
God is our strength. We will, by God's grace. And he's an angel. I'm sure he's still here with us.
Absolutely. I can recall during his celebration of life, one of his good friends came up and said that Prof is somebody that he's like a compass. Mm-hmm. He comes and he gives you the direction, and he expects you to take the lead, which is very, very dynamic.
Yes.
For him to be active in over 14 or 16 organizations.
Very active. And also as a chief at CDC,
Absolutely.
Extremely, noble, public health scientist, and he still had time for his friends and organizations here in the diaspora. Is very commendable.
He's a very dynamic person. Extremely dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
We can spend the whole day talking about him and all that he has, his vision and mission for this association and Nigerians in diaspora as well. I could recall whenever there are some difficult decisions to make, he would say, you have to figure out a way to make that decision because most of your mates are presidents in so many countries. That has been his slogan. Honestly,
he used to say that.
That has been his slogan.
He said, why you over here chilling? And these people are running nations.
He said, exactly. That's exactly
Yeah.
You say your mates are running nations.
Yeah.
And if you really look at what he's saying, he's
So
actually
don't
saying
get
the
too
reality.
comfortable. Some people get so comfortable. Like, yep, I done a lot, and you really ain't done nothing. Like,
That's true. That's true. That's true. You're
yeah.
absolutely right. I don't think anybody should feel comfortable because the work is never done until that person
It's never
goes,
finished, right? Until
that person
you go see
is
Jehovah.
called. Absolutely. Just like Prof get called. He was, when it comes to academics, he was there. When it comes to social, he was there.
He was there.
When it comes to mentoring, he was there. When it comes to just name it all around, he was there.
He had a good work-life balance. There's not a perfect balance to work, professional, and your personal life, but he was just able to navigate. Like, I've never seen him angry. Even when I get angry, they vex. That's why I used to tell them, like, I'm done. All our people, working with our people sometimes, and NIDO, it can be Wahala. But he'll just say, don't worry, calm down, Dr. Tommy. Stay focused on the mission and vision. And, he was a good person of quality, and they don't worry about the numbers and people that make noise and, distract us. Focus on the qualitative people, even if it's a few of us that are making an impact. Let's unite, work together, and reach our goal,
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Prof, he's really dynamic. There's no doubt about it. He's a role model. He's a great mentor. He's a father. I mean, I just can't mention it all. But nonetheless, he's the one that actually laid the foundation of this chapter. And since then, the chapter has taken off, and the chapter will continue to take on big projects and big continuous improvements. And he will always be proud of the chapter that he left behind. And I know, like you said, He's an angel. He's looking down on us. And he will always be there to help and assist us.
And, he always used to rep for where he comes from. So, never forget your days of humble beginnings and where you come from. So he always like, yeah, I'm from my Guinea Bode. I'm from Edo State. You know what I'm saying? So he always represented his community back at home. One of his friends during the celebration of life, he said, eventually it'll be nice to, in the future, hopefully we can also, as NIDO, participate in that task, build schools back where he's from, in his name. And that'll be nice. And, there's a lot of stuff that we can do, or even sponsor scholarships that we're going to be starting soon in his legacy. So I think that's the good thing. When you live a good life where you'll be able to make a difference and you're able to pass the baton, be a lifeline to those after you to carry on the vision.
That's true. That's true. No, when it comes to academics, he loves academics. And I know he was in the process of building a school in his hometown, Agenebode, before God called him. But nonetheless, with his legacy that he left behind, I strongly believe that school will definitely be erected. And at the same time, like you said, on the issue on the scholarships, it's something that we at NIDO South Savannah is comfortably looking at.
Yeah.
The way how we can establish a scholarship under his name in order to continue that good work that the man has been doing. He did a lot of good works, and I know he touched a lot of people's life in different ways. Countable, when he was in Arkansas, as a professor, all the way to Morehouse College, all the way to CDC and the rest of it, Emory and the rest of it. I mean, it's absolutely uncountable how many people that he did mentor and touched their life. So that's absolutely something that we hold at a very, very high esteem, and we will continue to follow the footsteps that he laid down for us. Absolutely.
Big footsteps.
Now the question we're going to ask ourselves is, what is next? What is next for NIDO South Savannah?
Yes.
What is next for NIDO South?
Well, what is next? I think we can continue to work on, achieving some of the things that he laid out. We had a successful launch. October is going to be another 1 year. It's going to mark our first year. So, we need to have our first year anniversary gathering.
Absolutely.
A hybrid event. Those that can come in person, probably just a few, but a lot of people can still tune in online.
Absolutely.
We have, of course, this NIDA Radio, this Governor Just show, Wellness Wahala, so many other shows that and programs and music and entertainment on the NIDA Radio is a great accomplishment.
Yep.
We have dedicated NIDA emails. Before, people were just sending stuff through their personal email. Now we have official NIDA emails. We have active social media sites.
Yep.
On Instagram, on Facebook, to be able to reach more people. Absolutely. Right now, another benefit, if you become a member, you will also be, tapped into our insurance premium program where, everybody as our member is insured. And, especially life insurance is extremely important. One of our members is our agents. But if we come together collectively, like how we all had to contribute, all the different organizations raise money for Prof, no. But if we have this benefit, God forbid, if somebody else passes away, hopefully very long time from now, no, anytime, at least, yes, at least we know that we have properly planned, when you fail to plan, you're planning to fail, as they said. So we don't have to start, raising funds and pleading to people. We will already, we already have the benefits through our membership due. So y'all shout out to the people that have paid their membership due. But those that have not, please pay your $75 membership due, because we got some great benefits coming up. And especially this one, like if you can secure your car, you can secure your life. Your life is more important than your car, your home and things like that. So especially, if you have children, if you're leaving a legacy, it's really good that, all of us come together and we pay our dues. Those that at least that can afford to pay. For students, it's free. And of course, if you're not working, if you're unemployed, you're struggling, you can still come and join, we understand. Absolutely. But for those that are economically empowered, $75. I know some of you guys, they blow more than that. When you go to club, VIP, you pop a bottle. You guys, they do more than that. When you go and, ladies, go to the salon, do your braids, do your hair, your sewing. So,
and not only that, $75 is less than $9 a month.
Right.
For somebody to contribute in America.
Right.
And for such an organization whereby you're going to gain a whole lot. You see, people don't understand one thing, that we don't talk about life and death, especially we Africans, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. All we think about is life. But at the same time, we have to understand that we never created life and we don't own life.
Yeah.
God created us, and one day we'll have to go back to Him. Nobody knows when. So for us to prepare in order to be able to create a path whereby if something happens, your family will have something to stand upon, I think is very, very essential. Mm-hmm. You just made a point. If we can afford to buy an insurance for a vehicle that we drive, we can afford to buy an insurance for a house that we live in. Mm-hmm. Then what about the life that we live? Why can't we insure the life that we live?
The precious life.
the foundation that controls everything in our life. You don't want to something happens and your family will be struggling. Mm-hmm. And people will start saying, "Oh, I thought they had a plan. I thought they did this. I thought they did that.
I thought they had it together, but I don't know what they were doing."
They had it together and stuff.
You at the party with your Ashtray B, you flossing, going on vacation, partying, exactly. But you didn't secure yourself.
I don't want to call it a misnomer that we have, but I would like to see that we start talking about it. As much as we talk about life, we have to talk about death, because nobody knows when it's going to come, and you don't want to be taking unawares when it happens.
Nope.
We pray for a long life and prosperity, but then again, God knows the best. That's just the bottom line.
Yes.
But nonetheless,
but we got to be real and be prepared.
We got to be ready. We got to be ready. We got to be absolutely ready. Ladies and gentlemen, this is NIDOA Radio coming to you live from Savannah, Georgia.
Yes.
Please, we are always encourage people to come and participate.
Yes.
Whatever contents you have, we'll give you
come through. You're going to be our VIP guest. Let us know. If you're a physician and you want to talk about, medical prevention or any of your humanitarian initiatives, let us know. If you lawyers, a lot of people need legal advice, especially immigration advice, those that are here, that want to become, citizens and things like that, a path to citizenship. So
absolutely.
That's also great. Those that are great business leaders, look at us like we're tapping into the benefits of those that are with us. We have an insurance expert as part of our membership. And we're like, okay, how can we also benefit and also reap, out of that premium, and investment. So, and get high interest. If you put your money in the bank, the interest and the savings is low. But if we come together and have something like this, the interest, the return on investments is high. So also, as far as upcoming, this weekend we got the annual AGM meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to be there in New York? Okay. Or is that Jersey? I think it's Jersey, right? Jersey. Okay.
God's willing, we all have to be there and we all have
and
to
represent. Shout out to, what is it? Our head, Bode. BOD chairman, Tupper Esson, yes.
Esson and the BOD chairman. The BOT chairman is Tupper Esson.
Yeah.
BOD is Dr. Shepard.
Dr. Shepard. Shout out to them. Yeah. Also, shout out to Mr. Sahid. I think he's the coordinator organizing.
Yeah, Mr. Sahid, absolutely.
The AGM. Absolutely. So.
And you know what I was thinking? I think maybe it would be a good idea for NIDOA Radio to at least have a moment with those individuals. Ask them maybe a few questions about the AGM.
I think it'd be nice.
30 minutes conversation. I don't think it will hurt. I think it will be something that we'll have to think about doing.
I think it'd be nice. Even I was gonna say, because they didn't have the agenda yet, but I was gonna ask you if they can. I know they might be doing something to honor Prof, but it'd be nice if we can say some things. The BOD too, but as a chapter, NIDOA South Savannah that he was part of. And the president of, I think, we should at least say a few words and also thank those that contributed to, the fundraising of a good celebration of life, even though they weren't able maybe physically to come, but a lot of people contributed from far and near.
Oh, absolutely. I think it will be essential to really... it will be essential to thank those that participated,
yes.
monetary or otherwise. I know there are people that made some call. I know there are people that volunteered and did one thing or the other. I think it would be nice for us to acknowledge them and say thank you for all that they did. It's a very, very sad event, but nonetheless, God knows the best, and nobody knows when God is going to call him. Mm-hmm. I know wherever Prof is happy. He's a very happy man. He will always be a happy man.
Yes, so
we're
just sad that we don't have him. Yeah.
I know. We are more than sad. Prof has always been.
Anytime I miss him, I go back to the recording that we did for NIDOA Radio with him, just to hear his voice.
As a matter of fact, I was listening to. I still have the record, the tape, during the luncheon. During the luncheon that we had here in Savannah, Georgia. I was actually listening to it the other day. I was like, wow.
Even a month before, we did that symposium. You remember, on the diaspora voting bill, too. So that was another one, too. So we have different, documented times where we were able to capture him and his vision. So we're still pushing for that diaspora voting bill. We got hundreds of people that signed the petition, and we need to reach out again to NIDCOM.
That's one thing that he takes very, very seriously.
Yeah.
That's one thing that he takes very, very serious. As a matter of fact, if you don't mind, maybe let me play that video. Let me play that tape about Prof. Hold on, let me play that.
Okay. Can you put it up on the screen? That'd be nice.
Yes, let me play that video.
Okay.
Just listen here.
Hey, Dr. Getson, man. Good afternoon. How are you doing? Pretty good. Honorable PRO. Thank you, sir. So why are you here? Well, this is straight. They say we don't see you in the afternoon. This is what we see at night. So. Yes, we are here for the
increase the value.
Chapter. Oh yeah. Savannah chapter launch. This is going to be tomorrow, Saturday, the 16th of October, 2021. What time? 11 to 6:30 p.m. What location? Yeah, this is the Spring Hill Suite in Savannah. Call it Richmond Hill, Savannah. Yes, it's right here. You're right here. Oh, great. Wonderful place. It's a nice place. So what should we be expecting? Oh man, a lot. We just found that some of the diplomatic officials are coming to the event, and I think that some of them will be arriving very soon. So we are looking forward to a lot of our members being here as well. And if you look around, we actually find some of our members are already here physically, not just. They're already around. They are arriving. They are arriving. And they're already arriving here in Savannah. Thank you. Yeah. So thank you. This is the doctor. This is the president for Savannah branch coming up tomorrow. Yes. The event will be coming up. So let's see. I think Dr. Osh is here too. Dr. Osh, how was the journey down here? Oh, it was very nice. It's nice meeting you. You look so bright. What's about the event tomorrow?
Well, we're anxiously waiting to see how it goes. We're starting about 11 o'clock tomorrow.
Great.
Up until 6:30.
Great.
So I think a lot of people are coming for the scheduled event. We're looking forward to it.
This is nice. This is nice. So we are looking forward for something greater tomorrow. This is the event. Oh, these are the members just coming in. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. And what's your name, sir? Andrew Asaboka. Mr. Andrew Asaboka. Yeah. Thank you so much. So these are the coordinators, the grandfather, the grand patron. Landon. Okay.
Live and direct.
Sir, you just came in. What's your name, please?
My name is Daniel. And what's yours?
Steve.
Steve, okay.
Yes, so these are the grand patron for the Savannah and Atlanta. Okay, that exactly. Yes, sir. I'm on the ground. This is the director for the youth affair for the NIDOA Savannah. So thank you for coming.
Thank you, sir.
We are here on you right now. So
I'm glad I'm here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
God bless you. Yeah. All right.
Nice.
Wow. This is amazing.
So I thank God, that you guys were able to have that type of wonderful launch, and it's always good to give people, I always say, their flowers when they can smell it and when they're alive. And I think we did a good job of, acknowledging him. We were able to interview him also for NIDOA Radio. And, just hearing his voice, it just still brings a lot of emotions. One of the regrets I had is I never had a chance to meet him in person, but I felt his spirit, and, anytime he called me, I'm like, "Ha, Prof, Daddy," he's calling me again, so.
It does.
It reminded me a lot of my dad. My dad worked hard, but he liked enjoyment.
I can imagine. It does. It's one of those things in life, such a very
thank you for playing
precious moments.
Those are
very, very precious
very precious moments. So we have to make sure our 1 year coming up in October, y'all. So stay tuned. Y'all better make sure we represent, because if Prof was here, he gonna represent big time. So we gotta represent.
absolutely. We're calling all the members.
If
all
I
the
can,
members.
we were in Nigeria, but anyways, I'll still see what I can do. We can get like, on cross shirts for the guys and something nice for like the ladies, or we wear green, be coordinated.
I think that would be a great idea.
Yes.
No doubt. I think that would be a great idea. That would be a very, very fantastic idea. It's
So we have some good things to look forward to. The AGM.
Yep, the AGM
The
is
upcoming first year anniversary, October. AGM is coming up this weekend, September 2nd to 4th.
Absolutely.
So,
The AGM, and that will be an interesting event too.
yes, that's going to be.
Like I said, I think it will be a good idea for us to interview the BOT and BOD chairman and understand what have they been doing, not just what have they been doing.
And what are their plans for the next quarter?
Exactly, and what have they been able to achieve?
You're right. Achievements to document those achievements.
Absolutely, I think it will be very good. And at the same time, we'll also use that opportunity also to let our brothers and sisters in other chapters that NIDO Radio is there for them.
For everybody.
NIDO Radio is there for everybody.
And if possible, if that weekend we can even do short interviews. It don't have to be long with different NIDOs. NIDO Canada representatives, NIDO,
Absolutely.
Other America, other state chapters. It'll be nice to interview them.
Absolutely. Or make it maybe, like you said, maybe 15 minutes conversation.
Yeah, just short clips. Yeah.
Short clips. I think that'll be fantastic.
I think that'll be nice. So look forward to that. We also have some VIP guests that we're going to be interviewing soon. We have one tomorrow, but I'm not going to say who it is. Y'all got to stay tuned.
Absolutely.
Y'all got to stay tuned and listen to NIDO South Savannah, NIDORadio.org. Google NIDO South Savannah Radio, NIDO Radio. We here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we got some really, really top VIP guests that we about to interview. Nigerians in diaspora doing great things. So y'all need to stay tuned and make sure that, follow us on social media.
She is indeed doing a lot of great things. I mean, the association is booming and, it's really bringing a lot of people together. People of different Nigerian ancestries and origin. Mm-hmm. And it's creating a very, very positive impact among the future, I would like to call it the future generations of Nigerian diaspora. Yeah. Because eventually those are going to be the ones, to call
the future leaders.
So it's very, very important. Absolutely. It's a huge win-win for all of us.
So that gets me to my next question, sir. As our new president of NIDO South Savannah chapter, what is your goal for the next quarter?
Wow, that's a very good question.
What do you got planned?
I didn't see that one coming. I didn't really see it coming. But what I would say is that one of the goals that I would like to achieve is for us to be able to have committee leaders that are more active in what they're being assigned upon. And I'm looking at ways where we can streamline some of the responsibilities and maybe group people by committees. That way, if one person is not there, the other person can answer. If that person is not there.
And we have to have clear action plans, people responsible, and timelines. And also try to incorporate more youths and women. Because I'll be honest, it was a lot male heavy, the executives. We had a few females, Ada and Ambassador Julie and I think Ms. Blessing and others. But it was more male dominated. It's okay. Y'all the leaders, y'all the head. But we are the tail that makes the head, you know what I'm saying, move up and down. So y'all need us.
Well, you see, as a father of beautiful daughters, I've always believed that women are the spine of our existence. Women are the foundation of our existence. Without a woman, none of us is going to be here. So I've always believed that Women should be given the opportunity and empowerment to lead. So I believe that the executives, like the newly formed welfare committee, people volunteered, and I was happy that over 6 or 7 people volunteered. And out of that 6 or 7 people, 3 of them are women.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at it, it's kind of balanced. And I really, really do appreciate that. So something like that is something that I would like to see more of in NIDO.
Yes.
And also, I would like to engage the younger ones. I would like to engage the ones that are young.
And we have Fatima, who's going to be our new youth coordinator. So
yes, absolutely.
Yes.
I would like to engage all those people. The reason why is if you engage them right now and they will see the importance of this association, they will carry that banner along, even when they become employers or employees. And not only that, some of those younger people have great ideas that we do not have.
Mm-hmm.
They have more ways that they interact that we do not have. So we cannot undermine our youths. We cannot undermine the younger ones. If we want something to survive and to continue, you have to engage the younger generation. Because when you are not there, they are the ones that have the willingness, the power, the resources, the energy to carry that banner forward.
Yeah.
So I think it's very essential that not just NIDO South Savannah engaging the young ones. I think it should be a national agenda for NIDO, Nigerians in Diaspora. In as much as we do have our elderly ones, the patrons and the rest of them, I would like to see more active participation of the younger generation to be able to, address the affairs of the association, and that will also create some sustainable development and opportunities as well. So that's one of the things that I would like to see in NIDO, and also I would like to see also more of networking, more of business networking.
Okay.
People coming together, sharing ideas, advising the young ones. These are the areas of field whereby if you come out from this area, this is where you expect to see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Mentorship. We need a lot of mentorship. Mentorship is very, very important. Somebody who is in the stock market can come and discuss about, how to deal on stocks.
Yeah.
Teach members how to deal on stocks.
How to invest.
We can't just be talking about policies and politics.
Yeah.
If we want to survive,
we need to talk about how we can come together, economic power, how we can prosper. Yep.
We need economic power, because without economic power, we cannot be able to sustain the life we live and meet our obligations and then have time for NIDO.
I agree.
That's one thing that people fail to realize.
If I'm worried about paying my bills, I ain't got no money, then I'm not going to be able to concentrate. But if we come together, we're investing, we're getting return on our investments, diversified investments, we can come together and go into real estate, buy a NIDO house. We can own a block, a whole estate on our own and begin in return on investments, have Airbnbs, renting it out, all of that. There's so much we can do when the power of unity. So I agree.
The power of unity, absolutely. So when they say that in Nigeria, they say a hungry man is an angry man.
Now, angry man, no.
Yeah, when somebody is hungry, he doesn't have a means or source of income. You cannot tell him about changing the government policy. He will listen to you. He will be like, "What is this guy talking about?"
He's hungry.
He's hungry. But when you're economically satisfied, your pocket is filled up. Then now you can have time to discuss how you can influence the government policies in a positive way. When it comes to money, you can be willing to donate. When it comes to traveling, you can be able to travel. Those things are very, very important. Those things are very, very important. Those are the things that I would like to preach during my
your tenure of serving. Well, I think it's going to be a great one, and as your deputy, as your vice, I'm here to support you in every way possible. One of the things that you didn't mention, which is my next topic that is close to my heart, that I think we need to tackle. The Nigeria elections is coming up next year, 2023. We still don't have the diaspora voting bill passed. I still want to follow up after the symposium. I haven't did a good job in following up. I've been busy and everything, but I'm going to follow up. NIDCOM, there were some key things that we told them to do. They said, we have not been actively involved here in the diaspora, reaching out to them. I said, okay, they need to list out all the contact information of all those legislators that voted no. They also need to post the bill, the actual bill that was presented to them. Yes. On their website. It should be transparent so everybody can access and read it in detail. The ones that voted yes, we should also contact them, interview them on NIDOA Radio, and let them be our mouthpiece to continue to champion and advocate to the others that said no. And the others that said no, find out their reason why they said no and see is it some things that we need to amend in the bill that they, to make them more, or is it just that they didn't really understand, what we can bring to the table, and let them know that we are a strong force in the diaspora. A lot of us contribute the GDP that we contribute millions per year, and even now that the economy is so bad that we send so much money home. And so it is very important that we have a voice. We cannot keep doing the same thing over and over and expect different results. So I think that we also need to target on how we can work stronger with NIDCOM, put them to the test. If they weren't working for us before, they need to work for us now. If they're not ready to work for us, we need to escalate it to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We also need to engage more the Nigerian consulate here. The visa, the passport issues with the Nigerian passport is still a mess. So we need to also start having stronger, relations, hopefully in this next quarter. I know you're also busy, in South Savannah and, traveling for work. And me too. My work is all over the place as far as this emergency response, public health, COVID-19, monkeypox, it's a mess. Pandemics, epidemics. So it's, but I think we need to find time to go in and see the High Commissioner, the consulates, the ambassador.
You mean the Consul General?
The Consul General.
I think it's very essential. And one thing that I failed to mention, is that I have officially registered NIDOA South Savannah with the consulate.
Nice.
I filled up the form and I officially registered it.
Okay, thank you for doing that. And also the ambassador in Washington. Even if we can't physically go there, I think we should interview them for NIDOA Radio. See how we can engage them more. Absolutely. Invite them, send an official invite, and tell them these are the key things that we want them. And say, us as a diaspora group, we need more advocacy as far as Nigerian voting bill. How can we discuss that more? Because they have the ear to the president. They're the ones that were appointed by the president.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. No, I think it's very, very essential.
And diplomatically, there are liaisons here in the diaspora. So they should be able to engage with us. If they're not engaging with us, we engage with them. If they don't want to engage with us, we put them on blast on social media. I know they beg anybody.
We'll engage them, absolutely. We'll engage them.
I know they beg anybody. I know this. Prof will say, calm down. Doctor told me, God, I said, no, are they vex? Who they be? I know they fear anybody but God, by gods.
They should take diaspora serious.
They should take us serious.
You can't be.
But sometimes we have to rake. We have to show our bad side before people take us serious. It's not good.
That's I will call it a Nigerian.
The Nigeria factor.
The Nigeria factor, that's just how it is in Nigeria. Although it shouldn't be that way, things. They say something worth doing is worth doing well.
It's worth doing well.
Yeah. So when you have a group of Nigerians in diaspora that are contributing a lot to the economy, I keep telling some people when they talk about Nigerian ambassadors and ministers traveling overseas to go and look for foreigners to invest in Nigeria. Mm-hmm. And I tell them, I say, listen, Nigeria as a country do not need to go and seek foreign investments.
Nope.
What Nigeria as a country is supposed to do is, when they come to a certain country, they need to engage with Nigerians and diasporans that they know that they're actually doing well. I'm not saying that those that are rich or those that goes and eat and dine with them. They will have a list of areas. Who are Nigerians in the aerospace? Who are Nigerians in the agricultural sector? Who are Nigerians in the power sector? Have a meeting with all these individuals. Tell them your vision. Hear from them. Ask them, how can we harness the resources that you guys have to invest in your country? And when they finish with those ones, then you ask those Nigerians in diaspora, about their own children. There are a lot of Nigerians in diaspora that their children are doing big in different organizations. They call them the fourth generation Americans or second generation.
Yes.
Or whatever generation.
Yep.
Before Nigerian government will go from the Nigerian diasporans to their generations or to their offsprings, believe me, there won't be any more space for foreign direct investment. They will realize a whole lot. It's much easy for a Nigerian that lives in America, that have been in America, that have been working with Americans, to convince a fellow American to go and invest in Nigeria.
Yep.
The Nigerian government coming here, showing him a PowerPoint, thinking that all of a sudden I can convince him to come and invest.
No. The people that is going to help change Nigeria is Nigerians, and mostly Nigerians in the diaspora.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You are in the public health sector. You meet a lot of public health people, a lot of people that runs different labs. You can talk to them. Say, please, these labs, we need them in Nigeria. Is it possible? How can we coordinate to build this? They will sit down and listen to you. They would like to work with you.
Yes.
Then all of a sudden they meet somebody from Ministry of Health from Nigeria coming to tell them that we need your help in Nigeria to do something.
Okay.
That interest, that
they don't know you now.
Will not be there.
They don't know you.
They don't know you.
They don't know you.
They don't know you.
So they're not going to be loyal.
Exactly. Until we start to recognize our own and tap into our own.
Matter of fact, they just even passed. I sent you something that they passed a bill that's, as far as marketing, they always everybody used to glorify and market everything that's abroad. They said no more. All your local ads. I think is the Nigerian advertising agency. Nigeria becomes first country to legally ban white talent from all their ads. So we have to be proud. And they said that they want to engage. They don't mind having stuff from abroad, but it should be Nigerians in diaspora. Do you understand? That advertise, that brings the products, that brings the contracts. If you're doing model.
Just let us know. Feel free. Go to our website, NIDOA South Savannah.org. You can become a member. You can send us an email. Our email is all there at the contact. Just click on the contacts on the website. Send us a link or an email. We're more than happy to work with you and have a great conversation. Thank you very much, and it's my pleasure once again. My honorable VP, Dr. Tomi Ademokun, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you,
for
sir.
your energy, and for all that you do for NIDO. And on behalf of NIDO South Savannah, I would say have a wonderful day, have a wonderful afternoon or evening, wherever you are.
And tuning in.
May God continue to bless you and bless. And may God continue to bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria and bless all our children and all those that believe in that union. Amen.
Amen. And I will leave us with the African proverb, Nigerian proverb for this season. One of my favorite quotes, it says, even among ants, there are giants. So all of you, no matter how small you think you are, we are giants. We are, children of the Most High God, and we can do great things when we come together. So once again, the quote is, even among ants, there are giants. So I salute you, our new president,
That's wonderful.
Honorable
Wonderful.
Collins, and God bless you, and God bless all of us in the diaspora, and God bless everybody back home in our motherland, the giants of Africa, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Bless up.
Thank you. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are.
How do you say that in Igbo? In the Yoruba, we'll say ekaro, ekasan, or ekale. So
Otutu Oma.
Uh-huh.
Otutu Oma.
Otutu Oma.
Is good morning. Yeah, that's
good morning. So if it's in your Bible, be Ekaro. So the good afternoon is yours. Is what?
Good afternoon. I don't know.
You see the Igbo guy, he don't forget his native tongue. This is the problem. That's why we need to have language hour. Language hour.
I didn't forget, but there are some words in English that are not in Igbo.
Yes, it's true. It's true. So in good afternoon in Yoruba is Ekasan. How about evening? Do you guys have evening?
Yeah. Well, we
or
have
night?
Like Kachifo.
Kachifo. So we say
let there be another day.
Okay. Ekale is good evening if you're greeting them. Okay. Yeah. All right. Or Daro if you say we'll see you tomorrow.
I didn't forget my Igbo. I still know my Igbo and I am proud of it.
Don't forget it though. Don't forget. You go teach me. So Ochifo, how do you say? Okay, so how do we say bye bye? Odabo.
Bye bye, Omesia.
Omesia.
Yeah, Omesia means okay later on.
Okay, later on, or see you later.
All right, see you later, Omesia. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
We lift you high, hands up, hearts open wide as we cry. God, we lift your name high. Let all the other names fade away. Oh,
yes, sir.
Let all the other names fade away. Till there's only you. Let all the other names fade away. Jesus, take your place. Jesus, take your place. Let all the other names fade away. Hey, let every other name fade away. Till there's only you. Let all the other names fade away. Jesus, take your place. Jesus, take your place. You said, Jesus, take your place. Jesus, take your place. Jesus, take your place. Jesus, take your place. Every angel must come down. Fade away. Let every other name fade away. Till there's only you. Let every other name fade away. Jesus, take the wheel, oh God. 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 I surrender everything to you. I surrender everything to you. You can chop the course and take the wheel. Hey! Jesus, take your place.
Thank you all for tuning in to the Wellness and Wahala podcast. And once again, use your voice to be a voice of the voiceless and speak up against violence against women and just violence against, our girls. And also remember the 16 days of activism. So speak up now. And the theme for the International Day of Violence Against Women, celebrated all over the world on the 25th of November. tomorrow, 2021, is Orange the World and End Violence Against Women Now. It takes all of us to raise awareness. Wear your orange, okay? Bright orange. And the orange color, it represents a brighter future, free of violence against women and girls. So be a part of the movement. And I wish you know Wahala this week and this season. Bless up. Mwah.